Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dark Asylum podcast, your only source for nerd news, movie news, comic book news, video game news, and just weird news in general. Coming to you live from my J.O. closet, I am the chosen one, Zach Winters. And with me, as always, my companions, one of them always lies, one of them always tells the truth. Coming to you from whatever room his wife lets him in this week, Darkness.
How's it going, everybody?
And coming to you from the St. John's Homeless Shelter, Big Vicious.
Hey, I moved over to the other shelter today, but anyways, how's it going, guys?
The St. John's one doesn't have good internet service.
Hey, they only have single-ply TP.
Like wiping your ass with a piece of notebook paper.
See, like, I don't have the issue with it. Do you guys have like little sensitive buttholes? Because I could get the stuff that still has tree bark in it and be fine.
Well, I guess if you've developed callus and stuff all over it, then you should be fine.
Yeah, my asshole has taken a pounding over the years.
Alright, so just to let everybody know real quick, V has been having some issues with his internet, so he'll be dropping in and out as the episode progresses. Anyway.
Yeah, way to pull back the curtain and kill kayfabe for us.
What the fuck? Well, I'm not going to cover for his ass. This is the third time he's dropped out before we even started.
First of all, before we even get started, I got some video game news that kind of pisses me off.
Oh, I can already tell what it's going to be.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Wild guess.
Cyberpunk has been delayed
Cyberpunk?
once again.
Holy fuck. Okay. Yes. So there's only so much goodwill you could garner from the Witcher series with me that this is just getting fucking ridiculous. I understand it's a big game, but like they're proud of like how much crunch time they're putting into this game, and they're just fucking delaying it again and again and again. It's just getting fucking insane right now.
Yeah, we think we talked about it before. I've actually got a wallpaper on my desktop from Cyberpunk when they first announced it. Like, it seems like 10 years ago now. I know it's not that long, maybe 5 years ago. But they just
84 years.
Yeah, they just keep delaying it. And I'm hoping it's for the best, because if they basically take The Witcher and they make it in the futuristic cyberpunk world, it's worth the wait to me. But, you know, I can see how people are pissed because they're getting ready for it, and the carpet just gets yanked out from under them.
I've pre-ordered it. I have it on pre-order, and tomorrow I'm going to go down there and cancel it because I'm just fucking over it. I'll get it when it's out.
Yeah.
I'll go pick up the new Yakuza game.
It's going to be like Duke Nukem Forever.
Fuck.
They just never fucking release it.
And then when they do, it's shit.
Yeah. It's Chinese democracy all over again. What the hell? But yeah.
So that's something I had to get off my chest.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer because I've been looking forward to this one, like I said, for years now. It's sad that like they announced it, you get all excited for it, and then you give yourself, you know, a while to get the production and the development and everything like that. Just get little snippets of news and everything fed to you. It's been long past that now with this game, and they just delayed it again. So
yeah, and I've been following all the trailers, all the cars that they're coming out with, the game looks great. It's all made with in-game engine. I don't know what the fuck else they're doing with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you think it's got an issue with the new consoles coming out? You think they're just polishing? What's the deal? What do you think?
At this point, it has to be just polishing, but I do think that like, because it was coming out like around this, like within a couple days of the new consoles coming out, and they weren't coming out for the new it wasn't coming out for the new consoles yet.
Yeah.
And that'll be another 6 years, I bet.
Huh. I thought it was one of, well, I guess it's not coming out same day, but it's one of those things where if you buy it on the old consoles, you get the free or next to free, something like that, upgrade over to the new console if you buy the new console.
Oh, is it?
That's the last I heard. I could be mistaken, but that was the biggest thing because I had Grand Theft Auto 5. I think that's what we're up to, 5 or 6, on Xbox 360, and I beat the story mode and everything like that, and then I got it on Xbox One, and there is no way to export your save file or anything like that after a while. So it's just people might be holding off on it and then waiting for it to come out on the new systems. But with what CD Projekt Red's doing, that you get like the upgrade and you get to carry over all your stuff, which is kind of cool.
Speaking of GTA, I heard 5's getting a PS next generation release.
Yeah, that thing's a cash cow for them. I mean, they spent a lot of time on it, so they're just sitting on it.
They're milking that motherfucker dry.
Oh yeah, your great white cards and all that crazy stuff, and
oh shit,
got a flying motorcycle. That was the last I played of it. So.
Oh, so it's turned into Saints Row?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. It's not quite as over the top as Saints Row, but yeah, I got a flying motorcycle, so that was years ago, maybe a year or two. So I'm sure they've come up with even worse things since then.
I won't be happy until I'm beating the shit out of people in Liberty City with a dildo bat.
Yeah. Why did they give up on that weapon? I don't know.
I don't know. Like I think it was 3. It was either 3 or 4. The dubstep gun was like the best gun in the game.
Yeah. It was like a pre-order thing or something like that, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Big old. It was like the Beverly Hills Cop 3, that thing where he was selling at the boutique, had like a microwave in it and everything else. It was like the dubstep gun. It's just this huge thing you ran around with on your shoulder and just blasted everything to hell.
I seriously wanted the replica for it.
Oh yeah, there was, what was it? That's like one of the most expensive special editions of a game that there's ever been. And it was something like $1 million.
So that one came with a trip to the moon, I believe.
Yeah, something crazy like, and it came with a car. I don't know. There's been some crazy ones out there, but
oh man, we
you
got
a replica dubstep.
Yeah, we could come out with a fucking crazy ass pre-orders.
V, are you back? Can you hear us? Oh, okay, V's back, everybody. Don't worry, he's here. So we were just talking about how Cyberpunk got delayed again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And then we kind of went on a tangent about Saints Row and GTA.
Yeah. Saints Row.
Did you guys ever pay attention to I think it was Dying Light, that like big pre-order?
It's vaguely familiar. If you said some stuff about it, I'd probably remember it. But
I think it was like $650,000 and it came with a house.
Jesus.
Yeah, I love these things.
So my favorite thing about the Dying Light pre-order is it came with a zombie-proof house, 6 copies. You get a free trip to wherever their studio is to play with the game. You get adult diapers so you don't have to go to the bathroom and interrupt your play session. You got night vision goggles. You got all the shit. And the thing that made me laugh the hardest is that you did not get the season pass.
All the shit you did. No, you're still forking over that extra $20 for the season pass. Jesus. Man, the thing that they've been getting away with in video games recently, the fucking season passes, loot boxes, pre-order DLC. Ah, fuck. I remember you bought Super Mario Brothers, you got all the fucking levels and you were done.
No.
Bullshit, man.
Well,
anyway.
Like, I've said it before, it's not like unlocking secret characters isn't a test of skill anymore, it's a test of like your wallet.
Yeah. Yeah, I recently they had I play Call of Duty Warzone. It's free, and I haven't spent any money on it. But they just released a pretty decent Halloween. I don't know, it's not DLC really. I guess it kind of is. But you can buy Jigsaw, the puppet, or
Yeah, the
Oh yeah, I heard
Leatherface.
about that.
yeah. So there's both of those. They're like $20 each. But then they have this thing. It's I think 16 different items that you can pick up in the levels by opening the little boxes. Like if you play Plunder or something like that, they have weapons boxes to get upgrades. Inside these weapons boxes, you get special Halloween themed items, which is kind of cool. So I like when they do stuff like that for the holidays,
Yeah.
and it's free. You just got to go in and put in some effort, which is cool. Because the last one I needed to get was such a pain in the ass because there's literally 2 boxes in this area that give out this gift, and everyone drops like a motherfucker in there and just starts blasting everybody to try and get to these boxes. So, and if you get all 16 of them, you get a Halloween themed gun, which is kind of cool too. So,
Yeah, I can't do Call of Duty anymore.
yeah, it gets repetitive after a while and it gets crazy, but if you have friends that play it, it's you just kind of
It gets repetitive, and like I don't need to hear about how many 12-year-olds like bang my mom and call me the N-word.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that they were doing that, but
Oh, the last multiplayer game I played was Star Wars Squadrons, and that exact thing happened.
oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like PlayStation now is recording your party chat conversations so they can go back and bust you for saying naughty things.
Jeez.
So if somebody gets the ass at you because you called their mom whatever, or you start going off on them, and they record your conversation, they send it to Sony, and Sony like bans you. It's ridiculous. Suck it up, kids. Jesus.
I know.
Either you squad up with somebody, you mute everybody, or you
But you see-
fucking deal with it.
I'm not bothered by this like chat shit because I'm used to it as old as I am. We didn't have like group chats and microphones. We sat there with our friends saying, "Watch this, you fucking cunt," as you're like shooting them off the road and shit. Mario Kart. Fuck. I think there was more foul language coming out of Mario Kart than most anything.
Definitely.
GoldenEye.
Yep. Twisted Metal. Oh man.
Yeah.
GoldenEye friendships were ended.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those things would kill friendships. You'd have your buddy come up, kick your system, and then walk out the door. You're like, motherfucker! Go out, beat the shit out of your front
You're
yard.
playing Mario Kart. You're playing Mario Kart. You fucking get hit by a fucking turtle shell, and you're like, "Go fuck your mom!" And that person's mom walks in. What? You're like, "Oh, sorry, Mrs. Jones."
Billy, go home. I'm calling your mother. Oh shit.
So then you quickly run home to fucking pick up the phone and hang it up as it rings.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
You
but
erased the
Billy was
caller
talking
ID.
about fucking me earlier.
Yeah.
Erase the caller ID. Fucking unplug the phone.
What were your guys' first video game systems? If you going back,
Nintendo,
the regular NES.
the regular NES.
Yeah. V.
So the first one that I owned was a
Was a
Sega
stick.
Genesis. It was a Sega Genesis. That was the first one I physically owned. It was at the same time I had a PlayStation. But if you go back, in the household we had the Atari. We had the Commodore 64.
The stick with
wow.
the hoop.
Yeah, I mean we had all kinds of stuff. I mean I grew up. You see, my stepfather, he got the Nintendo when it first came out, Super Nintendo when it came out. So, I mean, he was into that stuff. I mean, fucking he had the Atari. I mean, shit, we had almost like every game that belonged to the fucking Atari.
Yeah.
He ended up having he had to have surgery on his thumb because he played the Atari so much. He got fucking really bad tendonitis and carpal tunnel and shit all up in his thumb.
Jesus. How fucking much Atari do you have to play to get that? I've been playing video games since Atari, and I haven't had any issues. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Hold on. Speaking of crazy like video game injuries, with the Nintendo 64, did any of you get those blisters from Mario Party?
Not from Mario Party. GoldenEye, because of the little joystick.
Yeah, the little joystick.
Yeah.
So the little joystick, some of those mini games, you'd have to like rotate the stick real fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I figured out, and I guess a lot of people did this, if I put like the palm of my hand and just did it that way.
Oh yeah.
That it'd go faster. But like at the end of it, like I come home and I have blisters all over my hands. I assume my grandma just thought I was jerking off too much, which I was.
Yeah, my mom would rent us on long weekends or something like that a Nintendo from Blockbuster, and by the time we returned it, I'd have that numb thumb that they talk about.
Yep.
It would just, we'd get like 2 or 3 games, and we'd have it for the weekend. This is before we actually got one. A friend of the family's bought one for us for Christmas one year, but we would rent them from Blockbuster, sit there and just play non-stop for the weekend. It was awesome.
So, what was the first game that you guys like stayed up all night playing?
Oh man.
Like off the top of my head, my like earliest memory was playing like from dusk till dawn was Star Wars Rogue Squadron, because I wanted to unlock the Naboo starfighter.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I've sat up and played video games like long nights, but like the first game with like buddies and stuff when we had sleepovers and whatnot. But the first game I ever stayed up all night playing, and that was because, once again, I bring this up. I brought this up in my previous podcast. Fucking the Sega Genesis, you couldn't save. I bought the Death and Return of Superman, and I shit you not, I was like, I am not going to lose my progress. I finally beat I got past Doomsday, and it was the next level that was really hard to beat. And I finally got past that, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this again. And fucking stayed up all night, and then ended up falling asleep, dying, and had to start all over anyways. But, you know.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on Nintendo. It was the one that they ported over from the arcade, and yeah, before I found out that it had a damn cheat code, I sat there and tried to get through it, like from beginning to the end, and you only had 2 continues throughout the whole game. And yeah, that was the one for me. It was Ninja Turtles 2, and it was funny because the second I'd go to bed, my mom would always turn the game off and put Tetris in. So I had to get through it in one shot, and I would like wake up in the middle of the night, and I walk out to the living room, and she's sitting there with like tears streaming down her face playing Tetris because she would not look away from the screen. she was as addicted as I was to Ninja Turtles, but with Tetris. It was insane. Tetris was huge, man.
She just turned it up to the highest difficulty where they're just fucking.
Yeah, she would earn it that way. She would earn whatever that looked like, 9 or 10, I think, is the high. She'd start at 1 and go all the way up.
So the person who got me into gaming was actually my grandma, because she was the one who owned the Nintendo I had, and then her, like, during the Super Nintendo era, like Donkey Kong Country was her shit, and the Super Mario Brothers game that came on there, she unlocked everything on there.
Wow.
The first one?
The Super Mario Brothers game, Super Mario World on SNES.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She unlocked the star. What?
There's still shit in there that people haven't found. How crazy is that?
Well,
Yeah, they had
shit.
the
Didn't
Star
you
Road
like?
and everything?
Didn't you hear about like this was a couple years ago, but people were still finding shit in Final Fantasy IX that nobody's ever seen before.
Oh, damn. It's amazing to me that with everyone doing data mining and everything else, that there's still stuff like that out there to be found. It's pretty cool.
No.
Like finding weird random walls in Grand Theft Auto, so you're not supposed to be here or something like that. That's so cool.
Finding an actual Easter egg.
Yeah. Is that the Futurama game? Every level had an actual Easter egg in it that you had to find.
No, there was one in a GTA that was an actual, like, you walked into this room and there was just an egg on a pedestal.
Okay. I remember the Heart of the City was one of the big ones for a while. You went into the statue, their version of the Statue of Liberty, and there's like a beating heart on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one creeped the hell out of me.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 5's got some really creepy, like the alien shit is pretty crazy.
The Sasquatch.
Sasquatch is another, yeah, you can become Sasquatch now or something. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up on it too much.
I don't follow these kids' things.
But yeah. So, full circle, Cyberpunk is delayed again. Did they give a time as to when, or?
December 10th, and we'll see how well that goes. I
Still
straight up
trying
just
to-
canceled my pre-order.
I'm still trying to shit it out before Christmas. We'll get it to you guys, we promise. But hey, if it comes out better, no offense to V, if it comes out better than that Avengers game did, then they're already ahead of the game. They put out that Avengers game, and they put out an update, and the update fixed 1,000 problems that the game had. Over 1,000 people were finding. Crazy.
Yeah.
Release broken shit. What the hell?
Yeah.
So, any other video game related news?
Nothing. That was the big story of the day, or of the week that I could find.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for video games.
Yeah, that was...
The big thing in movies right now that everyone's talking about, and V's just gonna have to cover his ears. Borat 2 came out on Amazon.
Borat 2 came out on Amazon. I was kind of shocked that it was free.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make you pay for that.
I mean, I was fully ready to plop down $20 on it, but I get it, and it's like, oh shit, it's free.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And of course, the scene at the end that everybody's talking about with Giuliani. That's the big thing.
So what do you think? What's your take on what happened there? Well, first off, for anybody who hasn't seen the movie,
including V,
Borat's it's kind of like he's trying to reconnect with his daughter, who's really a 24-year-old woman, but she's playing a 15-year-old girl. And the plot of the movie is that he's trying to give her away to successful higher ups in the government, and they land on Rudy Giuliani, who is the president's lawyer, and
America's mayor.
America's mayor, who is a notorious poonhound. And so they sit down. The woman and Rudy Giuliani sit down for an interview. She's kind of like flirting with him a little bit, leading him on because he's not in on the prank. And then they just decide to go into the room with these cocktails, and and I could kind of see where he's coming from with this, but she takes the microphone off of him, and it untucks his shirt, and he kind of leans back, and he says he's tucking his shirt, but I've never tucked my shirt in like to my gooch, He reached his hand down into his pants, and like right at that right time, I think Sacha Baron Cohen, the guy who plays Borat, was like, "Oh, nope, this is going too far."
Yeah, she's 15. She's 15. She's too old for you. Yeah, he comes running in, screaming at him. My thing with it is, there's some fucking crafty editing going on there. There's certain dialogue that's looped. There's certain dialogue that's said over again. Like,
yeah,
I can see. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of play devil's advocate in both directions. Giuliani is saying that it was his mic pack, which makes sense. Sacha Baron Cohen is, no, he's a pervert. He's trying to screw this girl, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What if this chick was all over him and, you know, he's a dude. What if he was just adjusting his dick, but he doesn't want to admit it? Like, if your dick's pointed down and it starts getting erect, you need to reach in. It's called a front end alignment. Whenever I do it, that's what I call it. So
that's the grossest thing you've ever said to me.
So if it's something catches your fancy while you're just been having a regular day, you need to go in and make adjustments. That is probably what I think is what happened. He was getting a little, you know, he might have been getting excited. That's
because she's a gorgeous woman.
Oh yeah, she didn't start off that way, but as it progressed, the movie, it was funny to see the transition that she went through.
She starts off and like she's got like rotten teeth and her hair is like falling out and shit.
And she's living outside in like a stable, like she's chained up out there in a cage.
The women's in this country live in cages?
Yeah. Who are you? I'm your daughter. You are my female son?
The hardest I laughed was when she discovers masturbation and goes and talks to it in front of that group of feminists.
The women's group.
The women's group.
Now, my favorite scene was where it was like the father-daughter debutante ball.
Yeah, that one was
start
good.
Doing the dance, and she starts
the fertility dance.
Yeah, and just the reactions of those people were hilarious. Because in the first Borat, like, oh, go for it, man.
No, anytime he like, because I saw clips of it in his in the TV show, but I love the part where like anytime he goes and just fucks with like southern proper culture is hilarious to me.
Yeah. Well, my favorite scene from the first one is when he's sitting at that table for dinner with those southern, I don't know if they were politicians or whatever. And he's like, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm retired. Oh, you're retarded.
You're retired.
You're retired. And they're like screaming at him. Did the retard escape?
Yeah, because he brings in, like, it's the woman's another actress who's in on the joke, but she's supposed to be a black prostitute. And you could tell, like, as soon as he brings a black woman into that area, their mood with him just changes like a light switch.
Yeah. The second one, it was very quotable. There was very memorable things in it. And it's funny how they handled the fact that everybody knows who Borat is. Like, they shot scenes of him walking on the street, and they're like, hey, Borat! Oh, it's Borat! So his cover's blown for being Borat. So they bring in his quote-unquote daughter, a character, to do some of the stuff, and then he wears disguises like through the movie. So it's just funny to see how it's gotten so big, and he can't go out as Borat anymore without people knowing what's going on.
How long did you think he stayed with those two rednecks?
When can I stay with you during the COVID?
Because he stayed with because he stayed, like, I don't know if they were in on it or not, but they kind of seemed like they were just like two guys.
Yeah, just like two random people that he just met and was living with them. But it was weird because they had cameras set up, and then he's running around naked in their house. You would think that, you know.
Well, because I assume, because they tell everybody. they tell everybody that this is a documentary of this immigrant who's doing a documentary about America. So, like, when they're like, hey, can we stay with you? They probably, well, can we set up these cameras so we can keep doing our documentary?
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably why Giuliani didn't think anything was up when he goes into that back bedroom and there's cameras pointed right at him and stuff.
Oh, that was a hidden camera.
No, there's a camera on a tripod on a stand, like in the back of that bedroom scene, which, just sitting there.
What did you say? Gave himself a front end alignment.
Front end, yeah. He went from 6 to 12.
Fuck.
What?
I just said fuck, but I took a bite of pizza.
Fucking consummate professionals here.
12 episodes that you are listening to right now.
Yeah.
At least 12 hours.
Well, no, it's probably 24, like a whole day's worth.
Yeah, because some of these go a little long.
V, you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just
Sorry.
grunting.
Is that what that was?
No, I said fuck. He goes, some go a little long. I'm like, yeah.
We don't even need V here. We just need a soundboard of his grunts.
Do you have any busting with big V spots?
No, I haven't done anything recently. I unfortunately just work has overpowered and sleep. So work really late, get off, sleep.
Oh man.
No.
Getting into the busy season, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine doing your line of work in this time of year.
Oh yeah, like the guy who exposed himself today.
We're not
we
not allowed to talk about work stuff. I thought we had to retire the how did Big V almost die?
Oh, I'm just saying the guy who exposed himself today.
Oh man.
Now we're moving to how did Big V see a penis today?
I hate working retail during the holidays, and I hated it even more
Well,
when I was asset protection.
Everybody's exposing themselves.
The worst part about it is because, I mean, I don't know about other places, but we're not doing a Black Friday. We're doing like a Black 3 months of Friday, I guess. It's everything's starting now, and like every week they're going to put out new quote unquote Black Friday products. So everything that we got the day after Thanksgiving is going to go throughout the different weeks all the way up until Christmas. So, like, instead of just having that rush at that time, we're dealing with it all now, like starting now.
That's crazy.
Huh.
The worst I've ever dealt with was when I worked at Walmart for Black Friday. Oh my
Ooh, fuck
God. They told us straight out. They said, we don't care if people are stealing. Do not stop anybody. Your job right now is to make sure people are okay. I was okay. This is before.
Some of you may die.
Yeah, it was almost like that Braveheart speech before we had to go out to the floor. It was insane. But we had these mounds at locations throughout the store that had the Black Friday products. They were covered in black trash bags, like wrap. And at a certain time, they would unwrap it, and people would just fucking go crazy. The thing that they did that screwed everybody up was they didn't tell you which mound was what. So people start going to electronics thinking that's where the new DVD players are. And when they unwrap it, it's fucking toolboxes. And there was fucking riots in the store of people screaming and throwing shit. And I saw some dude walk to each one of the piles, fill up with a TV, a DVD player, a little stereo CD player boombox, and walk the fuck right out the door. And I was just like, okay, I'm not supposed to stop anybody.
See you later.
I was like, all right, have fun. Merry Christmas. Walmart's just insane. This is before they had like well-documented accounts. This is back when people were still rocking Nokia cell phones.
Right.
And they didn't have video of this shit happening. But we had people trampled. We had to call the paramedics. It was ridiculous. Also, they could save a couple bucks on, you know, shitty electronics anyway. But yeah, good times that Black Friday, man. Then you got Cyber Monday right after, which they just had Prime Day. All this craziness, man.
Well, it looks like
consumerism.
This year it's going to be just cyber everything because, I mean, yeah, a lot of places aren't doing.
Man. Oh, man, remember cyber sex?
God. How many times do you get tricked? Be honest, Zach.
So,
every
Darkness,
time.
You remember?
I'm really a dude. Oh,
Darkness. You remember the old days, staying up really late at night, and TV would have those really late 1-800 or 1-900, fucking those. Yeah.
The phone sex lines. Oh yeah, I remember.
Hey baby, what's you doing? I'm sitting
Pull
here
it
all
out.
alone.
Whip it out.
Call me at 1-900.
Whip it out and put it in your credit card, silly.
224 sex. That's 1-900.
900 numbers.
I'm sitting here all alone and I'm super horny. I'm just sitting here thinking about your fingers.
So I remember staying up late on the weekends to watch Up All Night with Rhonda Shear, and every commercial break was wall-to-wall 900 number ads, and I'm sitting there trying to watch a Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, it was.
And it's just like, you had Rhonda Shear doing the introductions and stuff like that in between commercial breaks, and then it just go right into 900 numbers, and it's like the hotline, and slap chops or whatever the fuck else they're trying to sell.
The fucking Girls Gone Wild.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, those infomercials.
Yeah, I worked at a video store. I think I might have told this story. I don't remember. We had Girls Gone Wild out on the sales floor. Huh? I didn't hear what he said. So we had Girls Gone Wild out on the rack, and this lady walks in. She said, oh my god, I can't believe you have this smut out. This is pornography. This is I was like, no, it's not. She's like, this is pornography. It doesn't belong in the store. I'm like, that's not pornography. She's like, why? How do you know? I said, because if it was, it'd be back in that room back there where the porn is. And the whole video store started laughing at her. She didn't realize that there was an actual porn section because it wasn't a Blockbuster. It wasn't a warehouse video or anything. And she threw the video down and stormed out. And she's like, I'm canceling my membership. I'm like, okay. Everyone just started laughing at this lady.
I remember.
As seen on TV videos, it was funny.
I remember the old video stores that had that one back room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had this guy. He was probably about 75, 80. He'd walk out with an armful of fucking porn videos, drop them on the counter. No shame. Didn't give us. He just like, have I seen these before? I was like, what? Have I seen these before? Check my account. I'm like, all right. So I scanned the barcodes. Yeah, you rented this one 3 months ago. All right, put it back. I'll take these. All right, dude.
A fellow connoisseur.
All right, man. Cool. Porn and video stores.
I'm not jacking off to the same smut twice.
Yeah. I recognize her. All right. So we got Black Friday coming up. You got any Halloween plans with you guys? Like for the day of?
I'm going trick-or-treating. That's about it.
Yeah. Your kid old enough to, or still trick-or-treating, V?
No, he's not really into it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I was trick-or-treating till I was like fucking 16.
You gotta remember, dude, he's living with two older brothers. One just turned 18, the other one's almost 21. He's into the big boy stuff. He's trying to be that big boy.
Porn and jacking off.
Right? You know? So, yeah, it was like, dude, are you serious? Like, I'm fucking 41 years old and I still dress up and fucking try to go door to door.
Fuck, if it wasn't creepy, I'd still do it.
I told you guys about how they cut me off early in my youth because I was so fucking big, so tall.
Yeah, that's my same problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure you ran into it too, V. It's fucking, we got our childhoods robbed, damn it. Anyway.
My wife won't let me pretend that I'm special needs, and she takes me out trick-or-treating.
Dude, bro, we'll dress you up, put you in a chair. Bro, we'll dress you up, I'll put you in a chair, give you a helmet, you can put your head to the side and drool, and we'll go door to door, bro.
We gotta go with some kind of costume, though, for, like, what would he be?
Dude, we'll just,
just like a clown or something.
Dude, we'll paint on some plastic bags and put them on him like the old school costumes, and we'll just fucking put a milk jug over his head.
Fucking
milk give jug? Him some candy. Give him some candy. He's Stephen Hawking.
Oh man, God. I wish there was some, like, adult version of trick-or-treating, like they did it at bars, and you went and, like, got some kind of Halloween-themed shot at each place or something. That would be awesome. So
in Japanese culture, it's actually seen as rude to, like, dress up and go door-to-door begging for candy. So Halloween is a adult holiday.
Oh, wow.
Where they go, like, they'll just dress up and they'll go out drinking and shit.
Yeah, that's all I do now. I just throw on a costume, go down to the arcade quarter world. It's all a barcade, actually, which is kind of cool. And yeah, that's
why do you have to make everything sad?
Dude, I get so fucking depressed around the holidays of Halloween because there's like little to no build up to it anymore. Nobody comes to my house. Like, I had a trick-or-treater once in the 6 years that I've been here, and it was just the neighbor kids. Now they don't even show up.
Is it because you frighten them?
No, it's because the fucking path to get up to his place, like, those kids will have a stroke.
That's probably got a lot to do with it. But the days of, like...
I mean, fuck, I get winded just driving up the hill.
Just looking at it, I start palpitating.
You get winded taking a dump in the morning. That's not a good example.
The whole task of waking up in the morning is almost too much for him. It's like, it sucks because I remember as a kid trick-or-treating, people were into it. Other kids on the street. It's like the shit you see in the horror movies, you know. They don't do that anymore. They all have fucking, they go to a mall and they go to store and get it. They do the trunk or treat.
Yep.
People are so fucking paranoid that their kids are going to get something done to them, which I understand, but it's just like...
It happened once in the 80s.
Yeah. And it's just forever after.
And the guy got caught, went to prison, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the hardest I've ever laughed was, like, I saw this one thing where they're talking about how, oh, people are going to be handing out edibles as Halloween candy, so be careful. First of all, fuck you. No, we're not. Because do you know how expensive that shit is? I'm not handing that to some little motherfucker in a Shrek costume.
Yeah, why would you waste good drugs on children?
Shit's expensive. I'm not wasting it on kids.
Yeah, but Halloween's just a lost thing, unfortunately. Like Darkness was saying, as a kid, once it started getting mid-September, they brought out all the Halloween stuff, and I mean, you'd walk into the store and it was just like everything was Halloween. It was like just covered. You had huge sections of costumes and candy and just decorations. You used to go around and all these houses were decorated, cobwebs everywhere. And as the years gone by, it got smaller and smaller. Some places don't even put out Halloween stuff. You walk in and it's like mid-October and they have a little section in the corner of the store that looks like Halloween. It's all dirty and dusty, and it's just like, you walk over and it's like, are you serious? I mean, we have Spirit Halloween, which those stores are awesome. I love them.
Yes.
But, you know, that's the only thing that's trying to keep things alive, but you're not getting people decorating like they used to. now, I mean, Christmas is already set up. Like my store already has all the Christmas stuff decorated, and all the Halloween stuff's gone. It's like, dude, what happened to waiting until the day after Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden it was a winter wonderland? Everything was decorated and nice and pretty. No, we're months and months ahead of time, and that's what makes me dislike Christmas anymore. It's just too commercialized.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's sad to me that Michael's craft store has more Halloween going on for it than, you know, Target or Walmart or any of the places that I went to as a kid, and just rows upon rows of those shitty, cheap vinyl costumes with the vacuum-packed plastic masks, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, they don't have anything like that anymore. You get maybe 2-3 aisles, and I used to buy decorations for year-round when I was, you know, like skulls and in under glass and, you know, all kinds of creepy shit that look cool all the time. But you don't get anything like that. There's no gargoyles, there's no nothing. It's just 2 aisles crammed next to the Christmas aisles that are already up and established with full-on trees and trains and all that crap. And they're just basically waiting until the day after to shove all the shit off the shelves and put more Christmas stuff up. So,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the thing. It's
Like
I enjoy the clearance items for Halloween, so that I guess I'm kind of like not too sad when they rush everything out, because it's like as soon as that happens, it's like bam, I'm in there. You know, you hit the Walmarts, the Targets, the Spirit Halloween stores, and you just buy up all the clearance items. But it's places are so quick to like not even. I mean, they'll clearance it out like that, and not even give it a second to even sell. They'll just like push it out of the way, and here goes your Christmas. I mean, that's what my work did. It was like they didn't even give time for people to even like buy up the clearance stuff. They're just like, it's in the way, go.
Yeah. Halloween candy tastes just as good the day after Halloween, and it's a fourth of the price. That shit'll keep till next year. Fuck those kids.
I miss when like you'd go over to the rich neighborhood and they'd be basically like mini haunted houses that had fog machines and people running at you and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'd give them like once every 6 blocks or so one house would do it, and it was like the awesome house to go to.
Well, you'd have people dressed up sitting on.
Do you think it has to do with the? Do you think it has to do with the pacification of our culture?
I think it's probably got a lot to do with it. Trying to think, because my family, we had a haunted house in our front yard that we had done up, and it was, I'm trying to think of how old I was. Probably like 16, 17 was when we did it, and we'd have people go through there, and it was awesome. And yeah, it's just amazing to me that, I mean, we had some people go through that just like it was traumatizing to them, and I couldn't understand. I couldn't grasp it, because I was like, this is just stuff that we made. I don't understand how it's, you know. And that was, I don't want to say 20 years ago, but 15 or so. Since then, that kind of stuff is just, kids can't handle it anymore. You know, like I have a Batman figure that's maybe 3 feet tall, and I torture my nieces and nephews with it because it scares the hell out of them. When I was that age, I was like, oh yeah, Batman. And kids are just different these days, you know? Like, weird stuff is, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe that's why I never had
So I'm
kids.
glad my daughter's not like that.
There's some parents that raise them right, man, and you guys are, as far as I could tell, you know, those kids aren't scared, you know? Your daughter's like, I want that shirt.
That's the reason you don't have kids, not that, like, she straight up did.
She straight up what? You cut out. Okay.
Sorry, she did, she loves, like, her favorite movie is It.
Nice. I got one nephew that's like that. His name is Jason, and he's named after Jason Voorhees. His mom doesn't know that, but his dad does. So,
And guess what? If
kid-
they're listening, they know now.
yeah, this kid, like, he's not afraid of nothing, and it's just funny because he's so the opposite of the other kids around him that like he freaks the other kids out sometimes. Like he sits there and tries to freak them out and scare them, and they're like, he came to my house. He's like, "What's in that door?" I'm like, "Oh, that's where the scary ghosts are." And so he's like torturing all the other kids, telling them that the clown's underneath my house and all this crazy stuff. And, like the other kids are traumatized, but it's nothing to him. It's as long as he doesn't grow up to be a serial killer, he's gonna be a pretty hardened kid, which is the way I was.
I mean, we
up,
all
so.
turned out all right.
It depends on who you ask, but yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna possibly consider going out and drinking for Halloween. Yeah, just reminiscing of the old days.
I'm taking my daughter out. She's going to be the new Pennywise, and I'm going to be Georgie.
Hell yeah!
That's awesome, dude.
Which Georgie was the easiest costume because I just had to get like a double XL raincoat.
Yeah, and carry around a paper boat. You're good to go.
Exactly.
That's
yeah,
cool.
but she should be the Tim Curry Pennywise. I'm just saying,
She should be, but she's never seen that movie. So if I dress her up as the Tim Curry Pennywise, she'll get mad because she has no idea what the fuck that is.
I know.
You need to introduce her, man.
Plus she already has that red hair.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like so, I was watching the Thing like a couple days ago, and I thought that one would be too intense for her. And then no, she was totally fine with it.
How old is she now?
8.
8. Okay. I'm trying to think because, like we talked about before, my mom was pretty open for stuff I would be able to watch as long as it wasn't hardcore sex in the movies.
That's kind of how I am.
Yeah, and I remember watching the Jaws movies and stuff like that right around that age. I think I got the first Alien and maybe Aliens right around then. So I was cool with it. No big deal.
Like I know you guys aren't into like anime, but we watched the Junji Ito collection last night, and some of it gets pretty scary. It's kind of hit and miss, but some of it's pretty scary, and she still hammered it out. She loved every second of it.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. So we need to shut the book on this Halloween talk. We gotta move into the next thing.
Yeah,
Kids
like-
today are too much pussies.
Yeah.
We totally kind of like didn't even finish off with the movies. We just went into Halloween.
Yeah. That's all I've been
3 old
watching.
men scream about Halloween.
I've just been watching horror movies, like at least one a night, trying to,
Yeah.
get prepared for it.
Yeah, I watched a couple new ones during this week. There are a couple kind of almost like comedy / horror. One was an anthology movie. It was called Mortuary Tales or Mortuary Stories off Shudder. It has
Yes.
Clancy Brown is the mortician, and
shit.
this chick comes in and she's looking because there's a sign like help wanted sign, and he starts telling stories, and as they're going through the morgue and he's showing her around, he tells different stories until the end, which is really interesting. The twist was all right. It was a good movie. I liked it. But it's weird. It took me a minute to realize who he was. I was just like, it's just some like raggedy, nasty, tall old man. And all of a sudden I was like, dude, it's Mr. Krabs. It's the car again. It's like, fuck, it's Clancy Brown. I was like, right on. And then
Kurgan. That's Clancy Brown for me always.
Yeah, it's hard to replace him. He's especially that scene where he's in the church with the slit throat and it's all like safety pinned, and he's like,
Oh
fucking just
yeah.
terrorizing the nuns.
Remember when he opens up the condom, puts it in his mouth, and starts blowing bubbles with it? That's awesome. This crazy Clancy Brown.
Then I watched this other movie off of Shudder that was kind of like it was really interesting. It was called Necromancer or something like that. Necrotronic.
Okay.
Evil gets rebooted. It has the chick from Shoot 'Em Up, the breastfeeding prostitute.
Yeah, Monica Bellucci.
Yeah. So basically, it's this dude finds out he's like from this long line of necromancers, and like back at when technology first started coming around, they actually banished demons into like a technology world or something like that. So now they're trying to escape or something. This story's a little hard to explain, but it had that good campiness, that funniness, and it was enjoyable to watch. I mean, my kid even enjoyed it, which was he's a hard one to get to like things. He's very snobby when it comes to movies.
Oh man. I gotta look at those, but I remember sitting there talking to me for like an hour backstage about the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah. So Zach, did you watch any Shudder yet?
No, I completely forgot about it.
You son of a bitch.
I'm telling you, there's some good stuff on there, man.
Oh, I am fully aware there's good stuff on it. It got pushed to the back of my mind.
I love the documentaries that they got on there right now. I've been watching a lot of those. It looks like the one we talked about a while ago, something about darkness. I remember you guys gave me shit over it. So they're doing a part 2.
Oh yeah. You're being bullied again, poor baby.
No, I'm just saying that's how people will remember.
You guys hurt my feelings when I was making a documentary. I'm sorry.
So don't keep trying to have sex with
the fuck is
what?
that?
If he doesn't answer, he just laughs. I'm not saying.
There's this documentary on Netflix about like Halloween haunted houses. There's like Extreme Scares, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever see that one?
No.
It got recommended to me, but I didn't watch it yet.
So, like, there's this one that this guy does all year round, and it's like so like fucking over the line and extreme that like he'll kidnap you when you're not expecting it, and then do like borderline war crimes to you.
Jesus.
I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, so
you have to sign a waiver.
you have to sign a waiver that completely absolves them of anything. But like in the documentary, he's like filming this poor woman just getting like dog shit thrown on her, and they'll waterboard her and shit. And he's like, "Yeah, do you want to give up?" And you could just tell he just wants to jack off.
Go on.
And like, so the shitty thing about it is that like he offers like $100,000 reward to whoever can do the whole 3 hours. And I think a Marine actually like did it, but like they found some loophole to where they didn't have to fork over the $100,000.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do shit like that, you better have that fucking money saved to the side, because someone's gonna fucking do it.
They're like fucking. They'll pour bugs over your face, waterboard you, throw dog shit at you. It's fucking like over the line.
Shit. It's like, oh, he lasted longer than 3 hours, so we don't have to pay him. It's like that shit
Yeah.
they did to Spider-Man. What the hell? He lasted longer with Bonesaw, or shit with Bonesaw didn't last as long or something because he knocked him out, so he didn't get the money.
Spider-Man won, but he didn't go 3 minutes with Bonesaw.
Yeah, fucking bullshit.
Which was the most accurate portrayal of a wrestling promoter I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Jesus. Bonesaw. Yeah. So,
Good
all right,
gosh.
well, we'll move along here.
You mean it's a playtime?
Actually, V brought this to my attention. They've cast Moon Knight for the Marvel Disney Plus series of Moon Knight.
Who is it?
Poe Dameron.
Oscar
shit.
Isaac.
Oscar Isaac is going to be Moon Knight.
Isn't he busy being Poe Dameron?
That shit's over with, dude. It's just like,
It's never over.
oh my god. I know you guys liked it, but I don't think Disney's gonna revisit that era of trilogy for quite some time.
So, I get why some people like. I don't understand the hate for The Last Jedi. I'm putting that. I know we're gonna get hate mail for it. I will straight up put out. I don't understand the hate for Last Jedi. I wasn't crazy about the Rise of Skywalker, the ending.
Yeah. They had their flaws. They had.
I think Rey should have stayed dead.
Rey should have stayed dead. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so, because then it becomes a redemption story of Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he just, like, presents Rey's body in front of her friends. They're all celebrating. They have the funeral. And he goes back to the Skywalker farm. And they do the exact same ending with Kylo.
Yeah,
Or with Ben.
I think Ben should have been what was the Rise of the Skywalker, the main ending. It would have been a nice little twist that basically we think it's a story about Rey, but it was actually the redemption story of Ben Skywalker. Or Ben Solo.
Yeah. Well, who's technically a Skywalker.
A Skywalker.
Yeah. I would have loved that. I would have loved to have seen the scenes that were shot and then didn't get filmed or whatever, were cut or whatever the hell they did with them, where they actually had everybody together at one point, all the original cast.
Also, like, I just kind of want to throw this out there: the people who bullied the Asian woman who played Rose. Yeah, anybody who bullied her, fuck you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Fuck you. And if you're listening to this and you bullied her online to the point where she had to get rid of her Twitter and most of her social media, unsubscribe.
Yeah. And I want to throw in Chris Pratt. You guys are jerks. Knock it off. Leave him alone. All right, keep going.
What?
Because that was big news
okay.
this week. I don't know.
What did Chris... I heard about people shitting on Chris Pratt. What did he do?
He didn't go to the Biden fundraiser with the rest of the Avengers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was basically it. He's apolitical. He just doesn't want to get involved. It's not his thing, which, you know, I hate fucking politics too, so I don't want to get involved in it. But I guess all the other actors went, and since he didn't go, everyone just started attacking him. And it took, like, Robert Downey Jr. being like, hey, this dude is, like, salt of the earth, wonderful. If you're bullying him, you guys are jerks. Knock it off. And so people kind of, like, calmed down. But then there was this whole other sect of people that just went like, well, why didn't you say that for Brie Larson? So it was like,
because Brie Larson's a scumbag.
Yeah, you can't win, man. It's so... But yeah, it's like, why are you fucking jumping online and screaming at actors? I remember Adam Driver got a lot of shit too with that whole Star Wars thing, because he wasn't really with Ray in real life, like Raylos and all that crazy shit that happened right around that time. It's just fucking jump
It's
online
because
and tell people to kill
people-
themselves.
People have like no lives, and they sit there and they fantasize and wish they could be, or you know, stupid shit like that, or they think they know everything and they think this is how certain things should be. Like, oh, you suck, you don't belong casted as fucking Peter Pan because you don't look like fucking Peter Pan. Who gives a fuck what Peter Pan looks like? If the person can do the job, then they do the job.
Yeah.
Fucking Peter Pan's a fictional character. He can be whatever the fuck he or she wants to be.
And Peter Pan's been
It's-
played by a woman before, so fuck it. Who cares?
It's easier to sit there and shit on somebody doing it because you don't have the talent or the drive to go and do it for yourself. That's why I hate Dave Meltzer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's people drive me nuts, and it's how they believe things should be casted. This is the other reason why I wanted to do a fucking recasting of shit, because okay, like I don't know what the chick's name is, but when they casted a black woman or a black girl for the Little Mermaid, everybody lost their fucking shit. I'm like, you're going to flip your shit over a fictional fish?
Well,
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck if she ain't white, redhead? Fucking,
Okay.
dude,
I'm going to say something that might be controversial right now, but it's for Zach's daughter's benefit, okay? Stop replacing redheads. Redheads are people too, all right? Just because
No,
they're
no.
red-haired doesn't mean you can turn them into a black person all willy-nilly. Redheads are people too. Gingers have souls.
In that whole thing, we still have Brave, so
Okay, you got Bray. Okay,
Right.
Until they do the live action, and then you're gonna have Zendaya.
and then
or
she's
something.
a fun Vulcan or whatever.
hey, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can keep the animated redheads. That's fine, because they're not going to steal your souls. It's the real ones that steal your souls, so you can't keep them redheads.
Like, who have they replaced? They replaced Mary Jane, redhead. They replaced Ariel, redhead. Well, I guess technically Batwoman? I don't know. It's just the costume that's got the red hair. But
Pennywise stayed a redhead.
that's true. Anyway, we got Pennywise and Brave Mara.
Hey,
from,
I'm still waiting for the
Meredith. There you go.
I'm still waiting for the Doctor to be a ginger.
Yeah, well, didn't he always complain that he was gonna be one?
He turns in. He's like, please God, tell me I'm not a ginger.
Yeah. Yeah. Gingers, man. They keep.
I mean,
changing them.
everybody flipped their shit when the Doctor became a female. So here's what I want. I want a black female ginger to become the next Doctor.
Okay. We'll see how that goes for you.
Well, yeah. Well, that's it.
But it pisses me off whenever they do that, because there's so much untapped, like, characters that they just won't do anything with. But they'll okay, some of the ones that have pissed me off the most, and it goes both ways for me, because the original Spawn movie that came out back in the 90s, they replaced Chapel who's a black male with a white female.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of like, I'm like, why did they decide to do this? So it started for me back then. It's just, I'm a fan of the source material. Don't go fucking with the source material. Like Fantastic Four movie that they did. All right. Sue and Johnny, brother and sister, they go through and they decide to make Johnny Michael
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, why? What was the point? I could see if they did it with Ben Grimm or something like that. I could see if they did it with Reed Richards. Okay. But you just screw with the dynamic that we've been used to for fucking 40 years of them being brother and sister. Which, yeah, okay, he's adopted, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. That it happens all the time. If you're trying to modernize it, okay. But why? It literally added nothing to the movie. The movie
Yeah.
was shit anyway, but you know.
I don't know, like, cause like James Bond, who's been a white character for 165 years, they were just talking about making Idris Elba the next James Bond, and I think that would have been fucking great.
Yeah.
So here's what's funny. So we talked about like recasting movies and stuff, and one that I was looking at was Highlander, and I had Iris Elba as Ramirez,
Well,
which is funny because Sean Connery played Ramirez, and Sean Connery also played Bond.
oh yeah. Oh, I did. We got a couple of those. I mean, I recast The Shining, Lethal Weapon, and Point Break. If you guys are interested in hearing of those.
Let's do it.
All right. So my recast.
Well, real quick.
What?
Let me finish. For Highlander, I had Carl Urban as Connor McLeod,
Okay. I can
Idris
see that.
Elba as Ramirez, and then Dave Bautista as Kurgan.
I would have liked to seen that actually. Dave Bautista is Kurgan.
He has that grittiness to him. I mean, I could see him not doing any better, but I could see him, not doing it too much injustice.
Yeah, I could see that. But my recasting for The Shining, I put Lawrence Fishburne replacing Scatman Crothers, the old black man that knew of the shinning and taught young Daniel about it. And then for the wife, I put
The Shinin.
the shinning. The wife replacing Shelley Duvall, I put Famke Janssen, who's notorious for playing Xena Onatop on a James Bond GoldenEye, if you remember that one. And of course,
The best Bond lady.
yeah, oh god, yeah. And then she was also, Phoenix in the X-Men movies. And then to replace Jack Nicholson, he may be a little old now, but I still think it could work. Christian Slater.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. I mean, Slater's like 50 or something now, but, different movie. Zach, did you have any?
So I did a little bit weird. I didn't do like whole movies.
Okay.
I just did like different characters I'd like to see in different as different people.
Alright, what'd you get?
Like in Star Wars, replace Jake Lloyd and Hayden Christensen with James Robinson, who I don't know if you know who this was. He played the young kid in Braveheart, who was the young William Wallace.
Oh, okay.
Because he was only like a year younger than Natalie Portman at the time.
Do you well, what was the time difference between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones? Like real
I think it was
world
10
time.
years.
Okay.
Oh, real world time?
Yeah.
3, maybe 5?
Oh, okay. So Jake Lloyd, there is no way he would have been able to play the older version of himself. He wouldn't have been able to stay that character.
Well, that made him... The Phantom Menace made him quit acting.
Yeah. Another case of fucking bullying an actor. It's like,
Yeah.
that kid just like, nope, fuck it, I'm out. I got Star Wars money. I don't need to do this shit anymore. Fuck all of you. Yeah.
So my other one was Sterling Hayden. Do you know who that is?
She's throwing out obscure ones for me, man.
Doctor Strange. He played Doctor Strangelove.
The old ass ones? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Him as Quint from in Jaws.
Oh. All right. Interesting.
Nice.
Do you have any more?
The kind of like a lowbrow example. I'm not expecting you guys to know the Fantastic Beast movies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them, but yeah, I know about them.
I saw the 1st one,
rather
and I repeatedly fall asleep during the 2nd one.
I'd rather have Grindelwald stay as Colin Farrell.
Yeah, changing him over to Johnny Depp was a little strange, but in the first movie, it was like one of those shocking moments. You're like, oh shit, now he's Johnny Depp. Okay.
And then they should have kept, or they should have like switched roles, and Topher Grace should have been Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, he had a more Peter Parker quality to him. I could have seen that.
Yeah.
They should have put anyone just different as Eddie Brock in that movie. Would have been a lot better.
Not 120-pound Topher.
Yeah. What the hell is that? And it killed that 70s show and everything else. It was just like...
I think right. Jennifer Lawrence should have been Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Just for the ass size alone, I would have gone for that.
And like I was going down my list, and I kind of like popped myself at this one. About how fucking awesome would Johnny Knoxville be as the Joker?
Well, I'd put him more of a Riddler, but I could see him as the Joker too.
I could see the. Okay, you got me there. The Riddler would be a good one.
Put Steve-O as the Joker.
Fucking Steve-O. I'm amazed that dude's still alive. My favorite jackass dies, and Steve-O's still alive and kicking. He's like a cockroach.
Not even just still alive, but he's like doing better than ever now. He's all cleaned up. He's vegan. He looks healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, he stopped jumping off of roofs and shit.
No, he still does that.
You're
Oh,
right.
does he still do his shit? Oh, I thought he stopped.
So he has his own YouTube channel, and like a lot of his shit's even crazier than the Jackass stuff.
Oh man, he was one of the ones that did like the worst shit.
Like he did something, I can't remember what it was now, but he had like burns all over his body to the point where like he had to get skin grafts, and most of his tattoos were like burned off.
That sucks, man.
The worst one that I've seen him that comes to my mind recently was he invited all the Jackass guys over, and he duct taped himself to like a side of a truck, and they pitched baseballs and hit the baseballs towards him.
Oh, shit. Good old Steve-O. Never ceases to amaze.
Fucking sober, vegan, looking healthy, still doing just crazy shit.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. It wasn't the drugs that were making him do it. It wasn't the alcohol that was doing. That's just him.
Yeah, this is just him wanting to do that shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I recast Lethal Weapon. I put as Murtaugh. I put Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
And I put as Martin Riggs, Tom Harding. I think that would be an awesome, because like I went with the Australian thing, but I think Tom Harding, since he had that crazy as Eddie Brock, bringing that back up, but when he was Eddie Brock, he pulled off crazy.
Yeah.
I think he is, isn't he?
I thought he was British.
Huh. Thought he was Aussie. Anyway. And then for Point Break, I went with Chris Hemsworth as Bodhi.
He's an English actor.
Huh?
He's an English actor.
Oh, he's English? Okay. I thought he was Australian. Maybe because he played Mad Max, I just think he's Australian now. But... How
about David Bowie as Gandalf?
Hey, you know what? Jarek is one hell of a character. I think he could have done it.
What about the baby?
Shit. He's like, all right, only if I get to wear really tight pants and I don't have to change up my contact. It's like, all right, it's just fucking David Bowie then.
I have to show off my bulge and dance around and gyrate the room in a room full of puppets, please.
They canceled. Oh no, it wasn't Black. No, Black Crystal got canceled. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they had that going, and then they just fucking ended it. I guess it was a cliffhanger, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I hate when they do that shit. I'm like halfway through Cobra Kai season 2 right now, and I'm just like, yes, they've already said season 3's coming, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
We're
it's already
gonna
been
we're gonna reboot of Mice and Men, but it's gonna be me as George and Big V as Lenny.
There you go. Look at the flowers, V. Look at the flowers.
Oh my.
A bunny rabbit. I'll pet the bunny. Ooh. Like the one I remember is John Malkovich. It's fucking
Yeah.
Lenny. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, that works. David Batista
Anyway, sorry to cut you off,
as
V.
Lenny.
That's a terrifying Lenny.
Jesus.
Damn.
That's awesome.
All right, well, those are the only ones I had. Did anyone else have any others?
I had a few, but I don't have them in front of me. I'll have to bring them up next week.
No, 'cause we're
Oh.
not doing this again next week, you son of a bitch.
I'm just going to bring them
We're
up.
not doing this stupid fucking skit again.
This isn't a weekly thing. This is a one-time off. Come on, damn it.
All right, fine. Then I won't. Piss off.
Look, you guys. But we've got another one that was also in the same vein, sort of. It was... You came up with this, Zach, or
Hold on, what was it?
the wrestlers? Phil, if we were president, which wrestlers would we fill
Oh,
our
yeah.
cabinet with?
Yeah, I just got this, like, I was at the gym today, and I don't know why, I just had this, like, in my head, if I was president, which wrestler in kayfabe, which is, like, in character, would you put in your cabinet?
Yeah. I wrote down, I think you got 10 or 15 here. Do you just want to fire them off, or do you want to go back and forth, or what?
Let's go back and forth, because I think, I'm suspecting we have a lot of the same ones.
I'm guessing we probably do. I mean, Treasury, what did you put?
Ted DiBiase.
That's exactly what I had too. All right, so defense, what do you got?
Sergeant Slaughter.
You see, I put Sergeant Slaughter for Veterans Affairs.
Okay, but he's not really a veteran.
Well, I know, but gimmick-wise, yes.
Okay.
I actually put the
yeah.
Patriot Del Wilkes as the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, I should have thought of that.
Defense, I put the Iron Sheik. You
right.
motherfucker!
You invade my country, I humble you, I fuck you in the ass with my 13-inch dick.
All right, so did anyone, what other ones did you get?
Department of Justice was the big boss man.
Yeah.
Department of Interior was Cesaro.
Department of Justice would be Sid Justice, man.
Sid Justice. All right, I got one for you.
No.
Let's see if you came up
I
with
have
anything.
half the brain that you do.
The Secretary of Agriculture. Follow me on this one. Rob Van Dam.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, so you
That's
did
a
get it.
better choice than I had.
Who'd you have?
Daniel Bryan, back when he was doing his Save the World gimmick,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which I fucking loved when he did that. He was talking. He was the WWE champion, and he like buried, because it was leather, so he buried it and gave it a name, and then brought out his his hemp belt.
Yeah.
God, it was so fucking funny.
All right, let's see what we got. Secretary of
Department of-
Education.
Fucking. Oh my God, why can't I think of his name now? Dean Douglas.
Yeah. All right.
Dean Douglas.
What are the ones that you have?
Department of Labor was the Mexicools.
You know what? I put down Dusty
Department of-
Rhodes.
Who?
Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
An American Dream, the son of a plumber. You know, that whole shtick. All right, well.
So Zach, tell us why you picked the Mexicools.
Because they'd always come out on lawnmowers.
So why wouldn't they be the agriculture?
You know, I know what you guys are trying to do, and it's not going to work. So we're gonna just move on.
Let's paint him into a corner real quick. All right. All right,
They're
Secretary of
blue-collar
Energy.
laborers, you know?
Did anyone get Secretary of Energy?
I did not do that one.
Adam Bomb.
Shit.
Because he's from 3 Mile Island, so he would get... Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm a moron.
Department of Health and Human Services was Isaac Yankum.
You see, when I read Health and Human Services, it was like budgeting, and it was like stuff like that. So I put D'Lo Brown, because he's an accountant. They always used to say, D'Lo Brown, he's a certified CPA.
I think that's the weirdest one.
Yeah, I don't know. Secretary of Commerce, anybody?
No, I didn't get that one.
I put down the APA.
Yeah.
So, because they were basically for sale for hire hitmen, so you know.
I loved the APA so much. I don't know why this was so funny to me, but I remember I think it was actually The Rock because they'd always sit down their poker table and just like a door with no
A door
walls in
with
it.
people would walk past it like, "Hey, use the door."
Yeah.
They did one with The Rock where The Rock looks at the door, walks around the door, and they won't even fucking acknowledge him until he goes back and uses the door. And he's trying to talk to him, but they're still playing poker. And then he goes back, knocks on the door, and comes in, and they're like, "Hey!"
I liked when Crash Holly hired them to protect him from the 24-hour rule. That was hilarious.
Yes.
That was probably one of my favorites with all 3 of those guys. Yeah. Secretary of Transportation, Lex Luger, Lex Express.
Yeah, Lex Luger. I got Lex Luger too.
Really? All right, that's pretty cool.
Because the Lex Express.
Yeah.
Even though Lex Luger's the bar none the biggest piece of shit in wrestling.
What about Sparkplug Holly, man?
See, I was trying to think of something for him because it's funny because with all of these, you're trying to think of the wrestler whose gimmick was a job. You know, like Duke the Dumpster Drosy. Is there something for cleaning up or keeping the environmental protection or something? It's like I was looking for all kinds of stuff like that, but yeah. Dean Douglas.
Off topic. Who's your favorite job gimmick?
I like TL Hopper.
Shit.
Plumber.
Nah, the fucking Repo Man was where it's at.
Repo Man.
Yeah, Repo Man. I mean, unless Undertaker, you're considering that because he kind of stemmed out of that. But Repo Man was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Repo Man.
The Undertaker's the only one who survived that.
Yeah, that era. Remember the fucking Goon? He had those weird ass boots that had they were rubber skate blades on the bottom. How the fuck do you wrestle in that shit?
Without fucking snapping your ankles? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Undertaker's really the only one that came out of that whole cartoony, fictional make-believe era.
Yeah. He made that shit work.
He made it work, and he was able to evolve and adapt the character. Everybody else just kind of...
even during... It's kind of amazing to watch, because even during... hi, everybody. Welcome to Wrestling Corner. Even during the Attitude era where everybody was oh, I gotta be the big tough badass guy who drinks beers and smokes cigars and shit. He was still like an undead wizard who shot lightning out of his hands.
Right.
You're an undead wizard, Larry. What? What the fuck? Yeah, it's amazing the way that he's transformed that game. And he had that biker thing for a while, but you know, the Ministry of Darkness was fucking insane. The stuff that they were getting away with. Like he took a bunch
Or
of
he'd like cut himself.
yeah, like crazy ass shit. They tied Stephanie McMahon up to that cross. They were gonna sacrifice. It's like, what the hell is going on? And the Brood was like badass and everything else.
There's that time on Raw where like the Undertaker just picked a random child from the audience and just sacrificed him.
Can you imagine next month is 30 years that dude has been in the WWE, semi-active.
Yeah.
That's a fucking career and a half, man.
Well, yeah. Flair's been doing it for like 65 years.
Yeah. He just got, what the hell is it, Randy Orton? What the hell? So yeah, something going on with Randy Orton recently. But yeah, he's still doing shit too. That's crazy.
Did you? I was kind of shocked to find out that Randy Orton's like 41 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He looks like he's still in his like mid 30s.
Right.
I remember when he first debuted, he had that fucking like curly-haired afro thing going on. It was such a. I hated that guy when he started. But yeah, it's funny.
Like, yeah, you wouldn't even guess like if you looked at Randy Orton then and Randy Orton now, they're not the same person.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, he got his shit together finally after. I mean, he was like always in the doghouse with them and caused like Kennedy to get fired and he just all kinds of shit. He just finally calmed down and like things worked out. But that's crazy. Do we have any others for the Department of Secretary's Defensive whatever?
I already said Sergeant Slaughter.
No, I'm just saying, was there any more that we didn't mention?
Not that I didn't get a Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah, that's about it I got. All right, well, that's our random segment of the week. I hope you all enjoy it. Big V might bring some more later, but we'll probably try and keep him from doing it.
He'll bring his in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember when we were talking about being president?
After like the election's over, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, I have some pixie sticks over here for you.
Okay.
It's fucking random.
No, it's the
Thank you.
the whole thing that started the whole drugs in the candy or poisonous candy was the dude laced pixie sticks and fed it to his kid.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like one dude that did it, but he was trying to kill his own kid, and he blamed it on getting it from another house.
Yeah.
You have cocaine for me?
Sure, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
All right. Well, again, it's been another slow news week. Not much, unless you want to talk about real news, and nobody really does. So.
No, I don't want to talk about real news. I want to talk about weird news.
Oh, you got some weird news. Cool.
Did we all watch Tiger King?
Yeah, I watched it. Fucking. We're on top of all this pop culture shit, and he's sitting there giving us movie referrals about shit that nobody's ever heard of.
I'm going to do a pop culture podcast, but I'm only going to do it about stuff from the 70s.
Remember that Bay City Rollers album? Oh, Jesus, V.
I never watched fucking...
Anyway.
I never watched Tiger King. I do know that Carol Baskin bitch is on Dancing with the Stars or some shit like that.
Not anymore.
I do highly recommend it because it is legitimately probably the weirdest thing you'll ever find.
Okay.
But like I think honestly, out of the whole series, I think the weirdest thing is that like you could buy a tiger from these people for like $2,000.
That's the sad thing about it too.
Damn.
Anyway, Ghost Adventures did a episode there.
Oh man.
Did they now?
Yeah. At Joe Exotic's zoo. Sorry.
Yeah. Where people have died.
Where people well, maybe people.
Oh, remember that dude shot himself?
Oh, that's right.
Spoilers for
That
Big
was
V
fucking
because he's
crazy.
the only person
Yeah.
that hasn't seen it.
Because I was looking at this article. Is Zach? Is it Bagans or Baggins?
I think it's Baggins, like Frodo. If not,
Is he
we'll just say
is
it
he
is.
the Hobbiton Baggins then?
Yeah, from Bag End. Yeah, that's him.
He's the bag end. He says he felt a dark energy during the Joe Exotic zoo investigation, which, like, of course he did.
That's all they say on Ghost Adventures. I feel this dark, scary presence. Oh my god, I got scratched.
What usually happens is that like Zach Baggins will go in there with his fucking Affliction T-shirt. Come at me, ghost! Come fight me, ghost! And then he'll start screaming. And of course, he's the only one who gets possessed during the show, or quote unquote possessed. The guy is a modern day equivalent to the Warrens, you know. Which, sorry if I just pissed off a lot of people by saying the Warrens were fake, but they were con artists.
God damn you, Zach. No, yeah, they were.
So they did the episode from there. They got eerie presence. I mean, think about all the fucking tigers that died, and then
All the time.
his husband
Like, they found,
shot
like-
himself, and
They found like 6 tiger skeletons there.
yeah,
Jesus.
he was fucking abusing those animals, man. Like,
And he was the one who was just like, I love my animals, and if you come here, I'm gonna shoot your ass.
yeah,
You're not gonna take me away from my cats. And then like the tigers would give birth, and he'd immediately take away the cubs and try to be selling them.
yeah. Like you got to give them at least a fucking week or two to get adapted to the world that they're in now. But nah, you just fucking swipe them.
Oh,
Nope.
Jesus.
And then you got
Fuck
the other one over there in Florida, Carol Baskin. That bitch,
That
Carol
bitch.
Baskin.
Well,
Feeding human
so
body parts to her tigers.
allegedly.
No, fuck, come on. Okay.
Oh, she totally did it, but we're gonna be like allegedly for
Oh, we
legal
gotta
purposes.
Yeah, would that be crazy? Like, we all of a sudden get some shit in the mail. God.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
the Dark Asylum podcast with darkness. Who the fuck is we?
And all of a sudden,
Like the best part about that is like, she straight up is like, oh, the only way you could get a tiger to eat somebody is if you put like sardine oil on them. Oh, really? How do you know that?
yeah.
How did your husband disappear?
Anyway, V, you need
Another
to watch it.
one you do.
All right.
That 70s show starred Danny Masterson, who played Hyde, fails to get 3 rape charges tossed.
Oh, he failed to get him tossed, so that's
Oh,
stuck,
yeah.
huh?
He's going on trial. He might be doing some time.
Oh shit. I don't know any of the circumstances with that.
I don't know either. I know he got pretty hit hard during the Me Too and the speaking out movement,
Yeah.
but
And I mean, I guess it was previous charges. It was charges that like were brought up before and they got overturned or something, and then they got brought back up. But yeah, it got him fired from the ranch.
oh yeah.
Crazy.
So
Huh. Any other weird news? Let's just end it on a rape note. It'll be good.
No. Okay, I got one. We're not gonna end it on a rape. We're not gonna end weird news on a rape note. An East Dallas home Halloween decorations prompt multiple visits to the police, or from the police. Because I'm looking at the picture right now, and it's like, hold on, let me see if I can send it to you. Send it in the chat. But yeah, it's like, it's pretty bloody and graphic.
Did you ever hear that story about the? They thought it was a Halloween prop of the guy that hung himself, but it was really a dude
Wasn't
that
that a
hung
real
himself. Thing? Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
That's fucked.
Dude, like, killed himself because he was hating the world, and you know, he'd been hanging there for 3 weeks because of Halloween. Oh, it's a good decoration. Look at it. Oh, okay.
Hey kids, you want to see something cool?
Yeah.
What's that smell?
Oh, here it is.
All right.
Hold on. Send it to you guys now. Let's see what it says. Or it just won't send.
I just got
But yeah, it's
a
like
spam friend request. That's what I'm seeing right now. What the fuck? God damn it, Lance Dean. God damn it, Paul Moonshine. Freak Shine.
Hold on.
Asshole.
October 26, 2020. Fossilized butthole answers long-standing question about dinosaur sex life.
wait, what?
How could Zach have missed this one? What the hell?
No, I should just say that one more time.
Hold on, I'm trying to not choke. Oh. Fossilized butthole answers long-standing question about dinosaur sex life.
Oh, Jesus.
Huh. I kind of want to know this question and the answer to it.
Dinosaur genital expert is one of those jobs you never think existed, but there we are. Oh, I'm gonna have to send it to you because I don't think I can read.
I need that job, the dinosaur genital expert.
Yeah,
like that guy who's a porn historian.
It starts with deep throat, and it just goes downhill from there. Wait, what the?
It starts at deep throat. Now the picture's sent. It starts at deep throat. Now here we are with 2 girls, 1 cup.
Yeah, it was the pinnacle of porn history right there.
That's when it peaked.
That's what I'm saying. You don't get any better than that.
Oh man.
God.
The ultimate nut.
Ugh. Nice. Yeah, these Halloween decorations are pretty good. We'll post a story on our Dark Asylum Facebook, so you can read the story for your own.
Just got the article about the fossilized buttholes. Give me a second.
We'll post that one too.
Dinosaur genital expert is one of the jobs you never think exists, but here we are. Which I know what I'm getting my degree in now. If you haven't caught our last week's article about the world's first robot to operate inside a living butthole, you should check it out. Then you can return here for some butthole-related news. Well, we suppose technically it's not about buttholes. That particular piece of anatomy is really more of a mammalian thing, and here we are talking about dinosaurs. In any case, it's a great... Sorry. In any case, it's a great day for prehistoric butthole or butthole-like orifice enthusiasts. Scientists have discovered a fossil that contains the first preserved dinosaur cloaca. In case you're not clear on what a cloaca is, think of it as a Swiss Army knife of orifices, a single multi-purpose bodily hole used for excretion, laying eggs, and mating. Ooh. Do I need to do the rest of this in my sexy voice? Lay back, pull out that dick, boys. Let's do this. Out of animals that exist today, reptiles and birds have cloacas. Considering that they're either more or less related to dinosaurs or directly descended from them as birds are, researchers have long speculated that dinosaurs too have these organs. Ooh, I'm so wet.
No,
These speculations...
Your Tommy Wiseau voice.
I can't do that. Those days of speculation are now over with, though. We finally have confirmation.
Jesus.
The preserved butthole that belongs to what's known as a... I'm not pronouncing that. Or a parrot lizard. This 6'5" creature lived in what is now Asia, home some 100 million years ago. Okay, it gets a lot less sexy as the article goes on.
Well.
Here it is. Dinosaur intimacy has been a contentious topic in the paleontologist community. Some of them have I don't know that word. Posted that they do the deed like birds do. That is, they sort of rub their orifices together.
All right.
No, this one deserves sexy voice. The act is known as cloaca kissing, and we'll just leave it at that. You could do your own Googling if you're interested. I'm gonna shoot in my pants. 12 episodes. Are you proud of yourselves?
There you go.
Oh, fuck.
All right, I think we're moving on to comic book club because I am hard as a rock.
God dang.
Woo!
I need to get rid of the poison as soon as this is over with. So.
All right. Well, comic book club. It was Darth Vader. Was it Dark Lord of the Sith? Or
It was Dark Lord of the Sith.
Dark Lord of the Sith, Volume 1. This was actually a really easy, quick read for me. I liked it. It gives you little insights as to what happened directly after Episode 3. Like, right after. Like, he's still on the damn table getting his Darth Vader armor put on him and shit.
Yeah.
And it goes off into why lightsabers are red. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's a good story. It's just Order 66 never kills all the Jedis, because if they did, then, you know. So
if they did, there would be no story.
Yeah. So there's a sect of Jedis who go into, not hiding, but they just take themselves out of circulation, I guess, would be a better way to put it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And he's given his first mission from Emperor Palpatine to track down one of these Jedi and get his lightsaber from him. And yeah, I liked it. It was a pretty good story. I liked how it just picked up right after Episode 3.
So I'm going to be a huge fucking dork about this because I hate Alan Moore.
Okay.
And, like, he does this thing where everything has to have, like, a 10-paragraph description of why they're feeling like this and what this does to them emotionally. Where, like, I don't have it in front of me, but the artist and the writer are able to do this with Darth Vader, like a masked character. And they're able to convey emotions with this, with him not saying a word.
Yeah. It's it's the artwork. I mean,
The artwork is beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know how you can convey emotion in a helmet like that, but it manages to do it. It is amazing. There's like you said, we talked about before, there's so many different storylines in Star Wars comics. It's hard to figure out where to go and what to start reading and everything. And even then I asked, you know, is this the series where he confronts Watto as Darth Vader later on? And that's a whole nother series, evidently.
Yep.
So, but how much of this one did you read?
Oh, I read the whole. So this one does 4 volumes, and it goes into him getting his castle on Mustafar.
Oh, okay.
So I've read the whole thing.
So this one has a definitive ending to it. This whole series.
It does, but then it goes into a different story arc or a different series
Oh. Okay.
where it's after the destruction of the first Death Star.
Oh wow. Okay.
So there's a huge time jump.
Yeah. All right. V, what'd you think?
I loved it. It was like we were saying, the artwork is just beautiful. It's kind of weird seeing Darth Vader get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see, like, Darth Vader never got his ass kicked, really, until, fucking the Emperor shocks the shit out of him. But the story progressed, and like Zach was saying, the emotions, it was a good read. It's definitely something that I would like to continue and finish off. And I started reading the wrong one at first.
Oh, which one did you start reading?
It was just what is it? Darth Vader. Vader. That's the title. It's Marvel's. The series is worthy of Darth Vader's greatness.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
Star
I'm
Wars.
saying.
Darth
Star
Vader,
Wars
Vader.
shit gets confusing. Like,
Yes.
they need to have like a Wikipedia or something page just devoted to a reading order, just to get this shit figured out.
Check out Wikipedia.
Oh, they got a good comic section on there?
They have all the timeline of all the books, all the comics.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Well, I enjoyed it. I will continue reading it at my leisure. V liked it. Zach recommended it. So,
I love it.
whose choice is it this week?
I think it's yours.
No.
It's V's. Okay. If
It
it's
was
not,
V's?
it's okay.
Yeah, because it went Jason versus Freddy versus Ash.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
Nobody
Okay.
could find it. Okay.
You're Vader. You are Vader. And I'm going to go with the one that I was going to go with a while back, and then we did the Marvel one.
Yeah.
But the Once in Future.
Once in Future.
Yep, Once in Future. It's one that I'm going to go back to the ways of being the wild card and throwing out something none of us have read, or hopefully none of us have read.
I have not.
I know I have not gone on
Oh
a
boy,
good
I can't wait
streak
to
yet.
tell you how much I hate it.
I know. That's I'm expecting that. Like, none of us really liked. God, I can't even remember which one it was.
Was it The Deep? Was that the
Yeah,
No, that was
The
Stupid
Wake.
fish person one.
The Wake.
The Wake. There you go. The Deep is a character from The Boys. Never mind.
Yeah. Him and his fucking finger holes.
It kills. What the fuck?
But yeah, it's
Can we not say finger holes already yet?
it's a fantasy action, so I mean, it looked good.
Okay. Do you know who publishes it, company-wise?
Published by Boom Studios.
Boom Studio. Okay.
Oh, good.
So I could probably find it pretty easy with what means I go through, which are legal. I'm just saying.
I can, going through the Comixology app, send me money.
Yeah. We need some sponsors, man. Support us. Buy our products. Come on, guys. We gotta
Oh,
pay
yeah.
for these comics. What the hell? All
It's
right.
Volume 1.
So we got Once in Future. Boom Studios, Volume 1. We'll review it
Volume
next
1.
week.
Volume 1. The King is Undead.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. So V's got to watch Borat and Tiger King.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will try to get one of those done before the next show.
All right. And this is going to be our last show before Halloween hits. So stay safe out there. Get lots of candy. Get really drunk. do what you do for Halloween, but by God, go out and fucking celebrate it, for God's sake. And
Celebrate Halloween.
Yes, and go vote too, because by the time we get back to you, we'll be recording our next episode on the 3rd of November. So that's when you gotta get your ballots in if you live in Oregon. I don't give a fuck who you're voting for. Just go fucking do it. And yeah, anything else?
I give a fuck who you're voting for, but I'm not going to talk about it on the show. Just go out there and vote.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
That's it.
All right. If you want to find us, we are at Dark Asylum Pod on Twitter, and the three of us each have our own Facebook pages. We have a Dark
And
Asylum
Twitters.
Pod. Do I have a Twitter? Yeah, I got a Twitter. Yeah, I guess we do. I don't fucking check that thing. Fuck.
We're too old to. What's a tweeter?
I'm gonna, tweeter? A twatter? A Twitter? What the hell is this?
Twitter. Yes, I
Back
sent
in-
out a twat today.
Back in my day, you want to know what a Twitter was?
Yeah. You had to pay good money for a good twatter out there, you know.
It was hard to find, and you had to pay the bartender a lot of money.
Damn, fucking V's from the Old West now.
Twitter
Anyway.
was when you'd tuck your junk between your legs, and then the prostitute would tickle your bungus.
It took him like 5 seconds to come up with something like that. A French twatter? What? No. Jesus. All right. Well, find us. Please buy our product. Sponsor us. Listen to us. Send us some feedback. Send us some questions. I
Yeah,
think
get the
Sign Guy's still
questions,
scared
man.
of us, man. He's not talking. He asked me if his ban had been lifted, and he was on the episode previous. So I said, listen to this week's episode, and you'll find out your fate. So I don't know if he listened or not, but thanks for the listeners that we got this week. Detroit representing, and Lithuania.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for showing up. That one guy in
Lithuania.
Lithuania. So for Zach Winters
Yep.
and for Big Vicious,
Always.
I am Darkness, and the asylum is closed.